unwind. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to go ahead and do another budget with a friend video. I will be breaking down one of my subscribers' numbers today. Her name is Tiffany and her budget is on a weekly basis. So in previous videos you have seen me break down a 2 paycheck system. This time I will be breaking down her budget on a weekly basis since she gets paid every Friday. So if you're interested in seeing a breakdown of a weekly budget, stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye bye. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the emails. And she's like, hi Elizabeth, I just wanted to start by saying that I love watching your budget videos. They help me quite a bit, but I've started running into problems. I was wondering if you can find time to help me with mine. That was quite a rhyme, LOL. I really actually appreciate that. I would very much appreciate it. I'm a single mom, so I'm trying to get back up on my feet at the end of 2020 with no debt. At this time, saving money is not really in the cards until I knock some things out. The issue is, how do I divide everything up between my checks for the month of March? I get paid 5 times. Mine is a little harder as I am paid every Friday. My main job, I bring home an average of $16.50 a month, and I just received a 25-cent raise, but I don't know when that will be added into my paychecks. I work from a small business anywhere from 2 hours to 10 hours a month. I usually bring home anywhere from $100 to $400 a month there. I don't usually incorporate this into my budgets because it is never the same. So then she sent me her bills, which she has 5 credit cards and a loan, plus rent, insurance, her phone, groceries, and gas for her car. And everything else she coupons and stuff like that so that she's able to get like toiletries and other things like that. And she doesn't have any other monthly bills because she did mention that since she buys the groceries for the household, her roommate pays those bills. So yeah, so then as you can see, I started working some of her numbers here, was trying to figure out what I could work with. I was originally going to add $100 from her variable income and just make it $17.50, but after we went back a few times on email, she just wasn't really sure. She didn't want to rely on those $100, so we're basing it off of $16.50. Okay, so let's go ahead and start breaking down these numbers. So for rent, she pays $697 monthly, or sorry, $697.50 monthly. Insurance, she pays $114 monthly. Phone, she pays $89 monthly. Groceries, $200 monthly. Car gas, $60 monthly. Then credit card number 1, she gives $100 monthly. Credit card number 2, she gives $87 monthly. Credit card number 3, $25. Credit card number 4, $25. Credit card number 5, $27. And then her loan, $200 monthly. So now I'm going to go ahead and break these down weekly because she does get paid every week on Friday, about $412 on average. So we're going to go ahead and break that down per week. So what I had her do is allocate a little bit towards each one of her monthly bills from each paycheck. Now, in March, she's having 5 paychecks, so that 5th paycheck, so she can do one of 2 things. She can either roll it over into the next month and then just keep adding to her cash envelopes or to her bank account, or she can take that 5th paycheck, since paychecks 1 through 4 have already taken care of her monthly expenses, and add that 5th paycheck and attack some of her debt. So she has a couple of options. So okay, so rent, $697.50. So basically what I did for rent is that I rounded it up to $698. Anytime that there's any like, $697.50, 75 or anything like that, I just round up to the nearest dollar. So we made that into $698. So from pay 1, she puts in $175. Pay 2, $174. Pay 3, $175. And then pay 4, $174. And that equals to $698. Then from the $114, we're taking $29 from pay 1, $28 from pay 2, $29 from pay 3, and $28 from pay 4. Then from phone for $89, we are doing $23 from pay 1, $22 from pay 2, $22 from pay 3, and then $22 from pay 4. Then for groceries, we're doing $50 per week. I love this color. I hope you guys can see it on camera because it's a really pretty color. Then for car gas, she does $60 monthly, so we're taking $15 from every paycheck. So that's weekly. Okay, now we're into the credit cards. So for the $100 credit card, we're doing $25 weekly. Then for credit card number 2, it's $87, and we start off with $22 from pay 1, $22 from pay 2, $22 from pay 3, and then finally $21 from pay 4. Then credit card number 3, that's $25, so that's gonna break down to $6 for pay 1 through pay 3, and then $7 for pay 4. So $6, 6, 6, and then another 6, and then 7. Okay, and then it will be the same for credit card number 4 as well. And then credit card number 5 is 27. So then we're doing 7 for pay 1, 7 for pay 2, 7 for pay 3, and then 6 for pay 4. And then finally, we have her loan of $200 monthly, and that's $50 across the board. So that's 50 for pay 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's a good thing it's erasable. There we go. So 50. So then her total for her monthly bills is $1,624. And then her weekly breaks down to $408 for pay 1, $405 for pay 2, $407 for pay 3, and then $405 for pay 4. So, I mean, and she gets paid $412 per week. Now, she did get that 25-cent raise, and this was about 3 weeks ago, so that may already be enacted, so that may have brought her total up a little bit, but we're basing it off of the numbers that she sent me. So from $1,624, if we're just solely basing it off of her $1,650 income, she only has $26 left. Now, we know that's not what she's gonna make because she does have that variable income. So I went ahead and allocated those $26 into her debt snowball for her monthly debt snowball. But I know that she will have that variable income that she can add on top of those $26, whether it's $100, $200, $300, $400, whatever she makes. She said that she was going to go ahead and tack it onto this because her goal is to be out of debt. So knowing that, I went ahead and just broke down the $26 by each pay period, also based on how much was left over from each week. So for this week, we had $4 left over. That goes into her debt snowball. Then $7 from this week, and then $5 from this week, and $7 from this week. So that gives me a total of 26 for this. And then we have 4 here, 7 here, 5 here, 7 here. And then that gives me a grand total of $1,650. And then weekly, that brings us to $412 every week. So every single dollar that she made from her main income has a job to do. Now, again, it may seem like her debt snowball is really low based on after everything has been paid off, but I will stress this, all of her fixed expenses are accounted for. So she has $26, and while that may seem very little, at least it's $26 that is going into her debt snowball, and we do know that she will add her variable income to that in order to start paying off debt. Now, one of the things that I do ask for is for you guys to give me how much you owe on each credit card or each loan, and how much your minimum payment is, and what your APR is, because what I'm looking for, and now you're going to see my cheat sheet. So what I'm looking for is to see which one would be the best to tackle first based on how much you owe and then what your APR is. So the way that this is, she owes $149 on credit card number 5, $260 on number 4, $474 on number 3, $2908 on number 2, $4959 on number 1, and then $5,097 on her loan. And that loan is definitely high. But because of how low her debt snowball is, and we never know what her variable income is going to be, I think the best approach would be, if this were my budget, I would go ahead and do the debt snowball and tackle the smallest debt first, and then so on and so forth, in order so that she can have those small wins and feel like, okay, I can definitely do this, and then just keep the ball rolling. That's why it's called the debt snowball, because you start small and you build until you have a big snowball and you're attacking your biggest debt in the end. The debt avalanche, however, you attack the highest APR, because if you attack the highest APR, then you're not collecting on that interest, which is building on that debt. But based on her income, it would be so much better if she just did the debt snowball. So in this credit and loan section, I'm going to go ahead and number her credit cards in the way that she should attack first. The first one being credit card number 5. So basically we're just going to go 5 to 1, and then the loan will be the last one. So the way that debt snowball works, or the way that I at least understand it, is that you give your minimum payment on every single one of your debts, and you throw your any extra income at the smallest debt. So that would be credit card number 5. So since she owes $149 of a $200 limit, she would give, so for credit card number 5, she generally gives $27. So she would give $27 plus, in this case, $26 from her debt snowball. So then she would be giving $53 monthly. Now, if she gets that variable income, if it's $100, $200, $300, whatever it is, and she adds it on top of this debt snowball, then she can pay off that credit card within the month. If she at least makes $100 at her second job, that variable income, and adds the 26 plus the 27, she would have paid off that 149. So that one debt is a tap. Then what happens after she's done with this debt, she takes that $27 from that minimum payment that she used to give to credit card number 5, and she adds it to her debt snowball. So then her debt snowball goes up to those $53, $54. So then this becomes $53. So then the next one that she would attack would be credit card number 4, where she owes to $60. So then she would keep that $25 minimum payment and then take those $53 from her debt snowball, because remember, you added that 27 from that previous credit card that is paid off into this snowball. So now it's 53 on top of the 25 and whatever she makes at her variable income. And then she could pay that off in 1 to 2 months. And then you just keep doing that process. Once that credit card number 4 is paid off, then you add those 25 to the debt snowball. So then that would be 53 plus 25. And you keep building that debt snowball until all of your debt is paid off. And she can very easily pay on at least 3 of her debts in about, depending on her variable income, she can pay that anywhere between 4 to 6 months. And then she would attack her bigger debts, which is credit card number 2, credit card number 1, and then her loan. So that's like the whole theory behind the debt snowball and how it works and how you build this make-believe ball of snow. You roll it up, and you just roll it all over your debt, and then you're out of debt. So there you have it, folks. That's what I came up with. I hope you guys can see this, because I know that the ink is a little bright, but I really like this color and I hope you can see that. And then also, for those of you that are sending me your budget breakdowns, stay tuned to the very end of this video, because I'm making a little announcement regarding the budget breakdowns and just putting some things in the description box in order to streamline the process a little bit more. So if you are interested in sending me a budget breakdown or have sent me a budget breakdown, please stay and watch till the very end of this video so that you can get that info. Okay, that's it, you guys. I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye bye. And I'm back. So there you have it, folks, another budget with a friend video. I really love the fact that it was totally different to the budgets that I've been breaking down for the past few videos, and also totally different to mine. Since it's a weekly budget, it was a little bit different and I had to sort of figure out things a little bit differently. Obviously, since I'm so used to doing a 2-paycheck system and this is a 4-paycheck system, and we're dealing with variable income, which we never know what it's gonna be, so that's why it wasn't included. But she did state that she would be using that variable income to tackle her debt, which I think is like such a great idea, because then she can really get rid of a few of those loans and credit cards that she has and hopefully be out of debt. So yeah, I hope you guys took something from that. I know I definitely learned a lot myself, and I wanted to kind of go on to like a little side note here. I've been getting a lot of requests for budget breakdowns, and I am so stoked to see that all of you guys are responding to this series as much as you are. But I do have to say that I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed with how many budgets I have coming my way. And while I will definitely tackle every single one of them, I just wanted to stress to you guys that it's just me doing them. So it is going to take me a while to get to each individual budget, because I do have to tackle different things on each person's budget, and everyone has different, things that they require in their budget, and then they have different schedules than I do, so we don't always catch each other when I'm emailing and asking questions and whatnot. So just to go ahead and save some time for myself in the future, and for you guys as well, so that you know exactly what's required and you can send me all of the information, so that I don't have to email you as much as I've been emailing lately to get certain information. The first thing I need is obviously your monthly income. So submit your monthly income, and then as well as how often you get paid, and whether you want it broken down weekly or you want it broken down bi-weekly in that 2-paycheck system. That seems to be my forte, because since I work off of a 2-paycheck system, that's the one that I work with the most. But as you saw today, I broke it down weekly. So that's the most important one. I need your monthly income, and then how often you get paid and how you want it broken down. weekly or bi-weekly. Then the next thing I need is your monthly expenses or your fixed expenses, which are like rent, car payment, car insurance, gas, groceries, electric bill, Netflix, Hulu, your cable, your internet, things like that, things that you have to pay on a monthly basis, along with any of your current debt that you're paying, and only current debt, not any debt that has lapsed. So only your current debt. So any credit cards, any loans, anything like that. If you want that to be included in your budget and you want me to help you break those down, please submit those. Submit how much you owe, how much you give on a monthly basis, your minimum payment, and then what your APR is if you know that. So that will definitely help me sort of figure a few things out and help you sort of figure which debt you need to focus on or tackle first, based on the stuff that I've learned throughout this. Now, that's another thing that I have to stress to you guys. I am not a financial guru, financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a bookkeeper. All of the knowledge that I have gained has simply been because I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, I've read a few books, and I've learned from my own budget, from trial and error. So I'm in no way saying that I'm anyone that is like a legitimate person, that someone pays me to do this. Like, this is all just stuff that I've learned. So please know that going in, that I'm breaking down your budget as I would break down my own personal budget. So take all of this info with a grain of salt and do your own research as well. So I really, really want to stress that, because I don't want people thinking that I'm trying to like promote services that I have no actual background in. This is simply knowledge that I have gained by watching videos, reading books, learning from my own mistakes and stuff like that. So I just really, really want to stress that. So anyways, after you've sent me your fixed expenses as well, also send me a list of sinking funds that you have or that you want, and how much, if it's something that's urgent, something that's coming up in a few months, things like that, that needs to be included in your breakdown. And just make sure to include everything that you have on your fixed expenses, as well as any loan and any debt, because one of the things that does hold up the process is that sometimes people forget to add things to the list that they've sent me. So I break down their budget, I send them their budget, and then they'll email me back and say like, oh, I forgot to add this, can you please include this? And then I have to go back through the budget and insert that one or two categories and then redo the numbers again. So that really takes up some time, and I don't mind doing that, but it would really help me with my time management as well, and in getting those budgets to you guys if it was a little bit more streamlined and I got all of the information that I needed in the first go around, as opposed to trying to email and catch each other around the same time. Because I usually don't hear back from people for a few days, because we all have lives. Like, I have a job, I have my own life, I'm married, I have things that I'm doing, and as well as you guys as well. Some of you have kids, you have jobs, you have things that you do in your life, so we're not always gonna catch each other around that time that I'm budgeting. So I just want to make sure that we're able to streamline this a little bit more, and I'll put all of that in the description box below so that you know exactly what I need when you're submitting for budget with a friend breakdowns, okay? So that you can already have that. And for those of you that have sent me emails regarding this, if you have not sent me those numbers, and if I have not emailed you back asking you for those things, please send me an email with all of the things that I just said, and that'll just make this process a little bit smoother, and hopefully I can get through these faster, because I currently have about 35 pending and I've done 10, which is fantastic. I love that you guys love this series, but I am getting a little bit overwhelmed. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm starting to get a little bit under the weather. Like, I'm exhausted. I was up till 5 o'clock this morning working on stuff, trying to do envelopes, trying to do budgets, trying to answer everyone on YouTube, because I just want to make sure that everyone feels heard, and that they, that you all know that I see your comments, and that if you're asking me a question that I am more than happy to answer. So I'm starting to get a little bit overwhelmed, but it's good. I love being busy, but I want to streamline things a little bit more to make it an easier process, and just be patient. I will get to your budget. It's just going to take some time, because I'm working with numbers, and I'm trying to make sure that I get them right, and that I'm getting every category correctly, and that I'm coming up with a plan on how, if I had your debt, how I would attack it and stuff like that. So just be patient. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Anyways, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so now, and then ring my bell so you can stay updated on everything that I have coming up, and then please like and comment. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.